Team coverage continues now on the local front with early voting. Local residents are popping up at the polls in numbers we haven't seen in some time. Western Mass News reporter Wesley Days live for us in Springfield, where officials are excited to see this heightened turnout. Wesley.
Yeah, they absolutely are, Chris. People have been flowing in and out of City Hall right here behind me all day long, ready to cast their ballot. Some election officials and some officials in general are saying this is a career high for them, and it seems like it's not stopping anytime soon.
I vote early all the time.
2 weeks before election night, voters aren't waiting.
It's my duty to vote.
Early in-person voting only started Saturday, and cities like Springfield have already seen a boom. Hundreds have already stopped by to cast their ballot.
It's been a little surprising. I've done this for over 20 years at this point, and I think this is the most I've seen for early voters in person.
Gladys Oyola Lopez is Springfield's election commissioner. She details the science behind the boost in ballots.
A lot of voters who are coming in person, who are maybe, a little nervous or trepidatious about going to the polls on election day because they fear that it's going to be busy, that they're not going to be able to have a chance to really read the ballot.
Those high numbers also coincide with some extra help for voters at the polls. Stephen McCain used their accessible voting machine in Springfield while we were there.
I'm visually impaired, so it's easier for me to come here and vote.
Mayor Dominic Sarno echoes Clerk Oyola Lopez's positive poll perspective.
I think over the weekend, that one day, Saturday, was over 600 people. It is very easy, it's very accessible, and it's very important that you get out there and vote.
It's typical to hear from officials why you should vote, but voters like Stephen wanted to add in their own 2 cents.
If you don't vote, you don't count. You can't complain about anything if you don't get out here and vote.
If you don't vote, you don't count, my friends. Words from Stephen McCain right there. All right, tonight at 6, we couldn't be your election authority, your local election authority, without actually stopping by some of the local polling places. We took a little road trip today across some of our great cities and towns in the Pioneer Valley, and we have the highlights for you when it comes to early in-person and by-mail voting. You don't want to miss our road trip. You want to tag along tonight at 6. Reporting live in Springfield, Wesley Days, Western Mass News.